having women in the corporate board, with you inside, they are good at decision making.
You're not talking to me, talking to you.
And suggest that the companies having women in their board are more profit making. But coming to the actual picture, only among the Fortune 1000 companies, only 17% of the corporate boards are comprised of women. So where the problem is? Actually, the reservation can tackle this problem. Giving them the due representation will bring the new insights into the corporate board, and since the women are known for better decision making and they are better managers, so having women is the necessity in the present time.
I would like to add some points. Actually, we need to split upon the topic into two considerations. Actually, why it is evil and why reservation is evil. So why evil? I feel that meritorious male gets discriminated because of the female having some advantage. That is the only evil which I feel. Why reservation is active? Actually, in our current social scenario, women are at a lower place. Their literacy rate, wise are about their independence, their freedom, their equality. They are at a very lower range when compared with men. So on that point of view, reservation is okay.
Mani,
I
agree with you, but see, look, you are saying that it's you have mentioned about the evil part, and you're saying the reservation in business is necessary. But see, given in our education system, like in our IIMs and IITs, there's already a reservation for women. Now they are at caliber, at meritorious point, they are at caliber with men. So why do you think women should there should be a reservation for gender? And another point I would like to highlight is, in this topic we are considering gender reservation. So should we consider transgender also? Because currently there is a trend, because now male, female, and there is a transgender. So we shouldn't neglect transgender.
That's a very good point. There is an example also recently that transgender woman, she started some business and it was very successful. So that was one example. So yeah, I agree with him that we should consider all the spheres.
Each gender comes with its positive points, its negative points. So why should we consider that only a particular gender should get reservation?
So to add to Shobit's answer, I'll tell you why is it necessary. It is necessary because only recently females have started coming outside their houses. There's a lot of discrimination they are facing in the house itself. Everyone knows that in the house, the main decisions are made by females, that they manage the finance, they take out the household works, they are emotionally more stable than men. Everyone knows this, but still they are not getting the opportunities, they are not sent outside the houses. So
what I feel is that the severity of the word necessary evil is so strong that in absolute terms I would say that gender reservation can't be termed as something that is necessary evil. As per the trends, even after so many waves of feminisms, the representation of women in top management posts is less than 10%. But yes, again, there has been a Harvard Business Review study conducted recently which concluded that imposed trainings about gender sensitivity have led to further increase in people's bias, and thus despite agreeing to the fact that yes, it is the need of the hour, gender reservation, there has to be a strategy that is less imposing and more cooperative.
Yeah, the adding thing is that you were actually mentioning about number of percentage of women in the boards, right? It is actually less. That is one reason why we can say that this particular reservation is actually necessary, because throughout the period of time, the world has been more of a male-dominated, and this is just a generation where we are actually thinking about a third generation. So if we don't even recognize people.
Supreme Court has also brought up the bill for reservation of women in corporate board.
That's okay. There is a reservation, but why is it required? See, look at the employer's point of view. If I am considering there are two candidates, one male and one female, and they are equally at meritorious level, they are equal. So why would I hire a woman over a male? Because see, at some point there is now the maternity leaves has also increased have also increased. So I have to look at future point of view. I have to train her. I have to train both of them if I hire anyone. And in the future, women may take leave for 26 weeks, and then I have to pay for that period also. So am I close? So that's why there is a less representation of women.
And there are a lot of stereotyping happening. Yes, females are only suitable for such roles like receptionists and all. This should be removed.
Now,
so when there are reservations,
to add to Shobit's point, there was a rule made that every listed company should have a one woman director.
Yes.
But what happened, if you are aware with the newspaper articles, the board of directors, people that started getting their wives into the board.
Same thing with the panchayat election also, means it has been made mandatory in the panchayat there should be representation of one woman, but it's just happened that the actually male candidate, her husband is mainly the parliament.
Yeah, but it is not always the case that this is going to happen. There are like like women who are wives were into the elections. But finally, you see the 4 different powerful women in India are not even married. It's not that this is actually what is happening. Like say Akbar was actually mentioning about how women were taking care of finances. Shouldn't we actually allow them to take care of the finances of the country itself? If at all we don't give a reservation in that particular sort, they're never going to enter the parliament with the system that is trying.
So I would like to throw some facts upon. Actually, the gender ratio is 1,000 to 1,000 from male to 931, but the workforce is around 650, 700 contributing for from male side and only close to 250 from female contributing. You know what a female contribution can do to the welfare of the country as a whole, the GDP?
Let's take
I
example
have a
of
question here. It is
I have a question
necessary, but we should talk about why is it even. We have agreed that women gender reservation. Yeah.
The Aliwas CEO, that is the Chakma, he also said that their strategy or their e-commerce business is successful because they have represented 49.5 million a year. So this means that women's representation will lead to the success of your business. That doesn't
Yes, to
mean
add to
That's
the first
agreed.
point,
And
we have
even if there are
CEOs working
initial
for
short-term drawbacks of imposing such kind of reservations, but in the long term it is bound to give benefits to the society as a whole.
We can give a push, kickstart to that, right? For some time we can give
Can we have one
reservation
question
and
here, guys? Like the main problem, which I think is, we have discussed many sort of multitude of factors, like why women are not given proper chance, why they are among the top, why there is a requirement of necessary evil. But the main question here is why why their literacy rate is not as high as others, and why they are not as good as males. The main thing which I think is since decades they are not being motivated as like men. I mean, they are not educated well. They are not given some sort of chances to do well in their future. So there is a need of to substantiate those type of factors at this point of time by giving them some
Even
sort
if-
of.
To add to Amit, even after reservation.
25% of girls here in our institute, and if we look the top-notch management of our college itself, how many females are in that top
We should
management?
Even after reservations come, no, there is also salary is not equal with men. So that also is a reason why reservation should be there so that
Yeah,
more
we should
women
not-
come in.
we should
and
not forget
then-
one point as well.
Reservation should be there, but
Necessity.
is it, yeah, necessity has been
Actually, true.
Is it evil or is it good?
Can I give an example? I'll give an example.
There are 2 ways in which we can approach this problem. Like based on statistics, as I said before, imposed reservations have always led to unwanted results. So what actually has led to desired results is imposing those reservations at the time of hiring, which is not known to the present employees, and they don't know that such kind of rule is being followed. And when a diverse set of people join that company, it has been found that such kind of biases are on a decreasing trend.
One very important point we are missing here, that women constitute the 50% of our population, and having a women in business with their perspective, with their business opinion, will definitely boost the business. So having this necessary is definitely not a
it's
evil.
not a question about good or bad, it's about whether it is necessary at the current point of time or not.
So having an opinion from that 50% of the population that we have
think
is
you're
definitely will be definitely
Moreover, there are certain
To talk on the evil part, suppose we are giving the
which do not
reservation.
employ women. Like for example, like for example, there are refineries. There are like sugar refineries. They will never employ women. And many other refineries. And moreover, the World Bank says that 60% of the work is done by women, while they get paid only 1%. And promotions also women do not get privilege. So this is the reason reservation should be employed. And I got a chance to work in a refinery, but I was not employed because in refineries women are never employed. So in such situations, there are many other industries where women are.
Alright, I think one important point that